All right, hello everyone. This is Jesus from Hustling Labs, and today we're going to be building a CRM using Lovable. Lovable is one of the best AI coding tools out there. Now there are quite a few that I actually enjoy working with. So I'm not going to say that they are definitely the best, but they are one of the best, and I really like my workflows that I'm able to accomplish with Lovable. I'm going to be building a CRM for content creators like me. I publish a lot on S, I publish a lot on YouTube, and I'm working on my blog and my newsletter coming up. So this is definitely a great opportunity for me to build something that I will actually use, and perhaps I can um, distribute it as a template that you can self-host or as a software as a service application. I don't know yet, but definitely something that I'm considering. But with that being said, let's jump into the build because I'm doing this because I'm spending the time working on this tool and I wanted to share it with you. So I will let you join in for you to see exactly what I'm building. So right now, this is what I'm building. This is what I have done so far. So I have the dashboard, I have the analytics, and I have the contact list, and I have the list itself. And then when I click on the list, I can see who's on the list. I need to make some changes and updates, so I'm going to go back here and I'm going to select. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to select this area, change the background color to the right one. Now, while it's doing that, I'm going to go all the way back up. So what I did is I enter every single thing that I want this software to do into CodeGuide. CodeGuide.dev is down in the description below. And what I did is it created the exact instructions that I needed to send Lovable for it to actually build exactly what I wanted. So I included the PRD to the initial prompt, and then everything else I added it to the knowledge. Oh, weird, it's not there. Oh, actually, I've been working on two different accounts, and that's something I need to do. Um, and here it is. So that will give the context to the software so it can build exactly what I need. I have been using a different account, so that should get it to work. And what I will do is I will share also um, the link for you to see down in this. Let's reload this because it should be fixed now. All right, yeah, now it's fixed, which is good. And there will be a lot of work that I need to do in regards to the design. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm more worried about all the features that I need to launch. So what I will do is, since it already has all the context of what I'm trying to build, I will start taking uh, all the recommendations that I makes to build those features out. Uh, so now we're going to implement. We're going to copy this, and we're going to. Uh, Actually, I think that's ready. Yep, we got this ready. This is it will need to get some work done, but I think that's good. So add the filtering functionality to the contacts table. So let's see how it goes. Uh, so we're going to allow it to work a little bit. Um, and while that is working, I just want to, you know, the fact that the software was down for quite a bit today. So Lovable went down because they lost access to their GitHub account, and that created some issues. So if you had created software in Lovable before, it might have some issues for a little bit of time until they get everything up and running. But as you can see, I'm recording live right now, and this is working correctly. So there might be some issues here and there to get it back up and running. But the good news is that this weekend, they are not going to be charging credits, so they're giving unlimited credits to all paying users. It's not clear whether or not new paying users will get it, but I would say that if you're an all paying user, you're definitely getting it, and that's excuse me, and that's a great opportunity to build whatever it is that you were building. So if you got plans for this weekend, I would cancel them and I would start building because not every day you get unlimited credits. Now, I'm not saying abuse it, but what I'm saying is that it's a great opportunity. All right, so we should have the filtering system working up and running. So we got some filters. Okay, so the filters are working correctly. Now we're going to, I don't think we can select this. Okay. Make sure the drop down colors stay within the core palette provided. That's something minor, but I want to make sure that I'm fixing as much as possible as we go. Then after that, we're going to implement the import and export feature. Um, so users are able to import and export their leads. All right, let's see. All right, so now it looks like it works. So now we're going to implement the import and export feature. Uh-huh. So let's see, we're waiting. All right. Okay. All right, so now we should have, again, I'm not providing that much context to the system because I already added the custom instructions to the knowledge um, area, so it knows exactly what I want. And I'm worried more about functionality right now than design because I will go back and fix the design as we go through it. And as you can see, I'm using Safari today. And one of the main reasons why I'm using Safari is because some people were saying, well, you cannot use Lovable in Safari. Well, that's wrong. You can use Lovable in any device, even in your cell phone. So just saying. Now let's. Hey, if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. I'm monitoring the chat, so definitely, if you have any questions, let me know, and I will jump in and answer any questions that might come up in the chat. So right now, oh, that doesn't look good. All right, we're going to remove that. So what I'm going to do is we're going to restore this. We definitely don't want that. All right. All right, that looks good. All right, looking good. Let's see for the next step. We should. All right, so we have created that. Now what we're going to do is add the content calendar screen, taking into consideration this CRM is going to be used by social media content creators. All right, let's see how it does. So right now, we should be getting that created. And again, if you have questions, just let me know in the chat, and I would be more than happy to answer those questions for you. All right, so let's take a look at the content calendar. So link the content calendar screen to the right menu option on the left sidebar. It is smart enough to know which option it should link it to, so I'm not too concerned about it. Another way that you can look at it is if you go in this, here is the content calendar page, but this should be about ready. So yeah. Okay, so this is the content calendar page. Here you can see which ones are for which day. So that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on Supabase. Let's make sure I'm in the right accounts. Yep. So for those of you that might be watching right now, I will leave a cameo for you. And that is that if you apply to the, let me bring it up. AI Engineer Pack, you can potentially get $50 in credits for your Supabase account. So it's aiengineerpack.com. I will leave that. I will leave that in the chat for all of you to see. So, and that is basically You get free credits for a bunch of stuff that is available here. So I'm going to open this. Let's use GitHub Mobile. Let's approve it. And we should be good to go. And I can show you. So in the starter pack, there are some that already ran out of coupons, but Supabase, if I'm not wrong, still have some coupons left. So $50 credit, and you can apply those credits towards your Supabase bill. So not bad. Definitely. All right, so the project name would be Desmily CRM. We're going to create a new project. I'm going to create password. Don't matter to me. All right, and we have created that. So I'm going to go back to Lovable, and we're going to set up this database. They're actually going to change accounts. Let's give it some time. And perhaps I can show you how it works if I can figure out how to get there myself, because I just got my own account today. So let's see. $25 per month. So actually, I don't want to do that. I want to stay in the free plan. So we're going to delete this. I am sure that I don't need it. So we're going to delete it. So project settings, scroll all the way down, delete project, copy the name. I cannot type, friend, even to save my life today. So I push it out. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new project under Hustling Labs. Project name will be Desmily CRM. Stop changing my name. Just add a password and create. All right, so we're going to go back to Lovable now and connect these. We're going to need to wait until the project is set up. So while it's doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and grab my handy dandy prompt that I created for the database. Nothing too complicated. It's just the whole database structure. and that way Lovable can send it out for me. We're going to go to account settings. Let's make sure that we still have, yep, we still got some messages left. That's good. All right, it's taking some time to load, but now one thing I would like to know is whether or not you want me to share the link to this project. So if you would like me to share the link to this project, please let me know in the comments, and I will more than happy send you a link to this comment for you to take a look. So, all right. So I think we should be good with Supabase. Let's see. All right, we're going to connect on this database. Connect this. We're about to connect. All right, we're connecting it. So right now is gathering all the information. I haven't created anything on the database, so we will need to give it some time for it to figure out that there is nothing there, and from there we're going to actually return and ask to create the database. So let's see what it says. Your app is now connected to Supabase. Can now work to the functional store and use real use of data, add advanced features, blah, blah, blah. All right, so this is what I got for it, and crap, that adds a lot of spaces in between. I don't know why. I'm not going to delete them all, but some of them. So I had created all the tables, or at least the architecture for some of the tables that I want to create in the database. So that will give the system a little better idea of exactly what I want, or the exact idea of what I actually want, and create these tables in Supabase. So I'm going to send that, but I'm going to jump really quick into Supabase, and I'm going to show you there is nothing here. So it's completely blank. But you're going to see in a few seconds that Lovable is going to create all the tables that it needs in order to get it to work. So let's see. Still thinking, still working. Oof, that was a big gap. So right now is putting together the JSON that I need to send to Supabase. We're going to allow it to work for a few seconds. And now that I have created that, database schema, okay, feature of the schema. All right, and we're going to apply these changes. While it's doing that, I'm going to go on Supabase, and so I'm going to get out of this page. Oh, not that. We're going to go on authentication, providers, and under email, we're going to disable the confirm email because I don't need them to confirm it, because that just create a headache. And everything else will stay disabled for now. All right, so let's see what's up in Lovable. So right now the migration is being applied. There was an error. Let's try to solve it. All right, let's give it some time. It's fixing the issue. There was an issue with the JSON. So we're going to allow it to work and do what it needs to do. All right, we're going to apply these changes, and hopefully this is the time that we actually get it to work. All right, so it looked like it created the tables. Let's confirm in Supabase. Let's refresh this page. Let me close some stuff here. Get this out. Computer is getting a little bit slow, so we need to make sure that we'll have stuff open that we don't need. All right, so here, as you can see, the tables are already created. So quite nice to know that Lovable is taking care of that for me, and I don't need to worry about it. All right, so the migration is applied. That's good. And now, because I had already added all the instructions to uh, the knowledge section, the instructions that I created using CodeGuide, I'm going to go back and add the next feature. So we're going to create the content IPS screen. Without giving it much context, we're going to allow it to do its thing. So hopefully we can get something nice, given that it has all the context that it needs to make good decisions on our behalf. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments or in the chat, preferably in the chat, because I would like to answer those questions. And I'm monitoring the chat, but the comments will probably take a little bit longer. All right. There was an error. So I will show you. I will show you something while that is working. So this is what I'm using to create the CRM. And this is the kind of prompt that I am writing with the help of CodeGuide. And granted, like, there is some stuff that was written by CodeGuide, and there's some editing that I had done on my part. So, but this is exactly what I'm feeding um, Lovable. It's just that I haven't created that for every single page. So now I'm just letting it do its thing. All right, we're going to apply the changes. There was another error. We will see how it goes. It's working. All right, there was another error. We're going to try to fix it. And the name of the game sometimes is you get an error, you let the AI fix it, and it, you continue pushing forward. It's no big deal because Lovable doesn't charge you for the errors that it finds and fixes. So you're not losing messages every time that you're trying to fix an error. So I'm not too concerned about it, other than the time that I'm spending. I'm not too concerned about being able to fix these errors. All right, so I'm going to bring back up my list of features. I'm going to bring it on the screen so you can see with me. And so right now, how do I do that? Let's put this to the right. And this one to the left so we can work on both of them together. So right now, we don't have a sales pipeline management. Let's see if we had written a prompt for that. Okay. So I have just a description of what I was looking for. So what I'm going to do is create the uh, search pipeline management screen. This screen has me visualize the sales from lead to conversion. Yeah, this can help content creators manage sponsorship deals, affiliate marketing, or product sales. The pipeline, visualize. So the management of sponsorship deals. The pipeline should be customizable for different type of content business models. All right. I think that's good. So let's return this to let's make this big again. So now we're going to get these to work correctly. So we are having it run to create a sales pipeline screen. So now we're going to integrate it with the database. And after we integrate the database, we're going to take a look and make sure that it's working correctly. All right, we're going to apply the changes. Not to worry about what those changes were. Those don't really matter anyways. This is just a demo. I'm going to close that one. All right, so now he's integrating with the Supabase database. So he's making sure that the React components are in sync. All right, there was an error. Like I mentioned before, I'm not to worry about these errors because it's not taking away from the messages that I have available to me. So, it's they're free to solve. And that's the magic of Lovable, that you don't get charged for those. And this is not exclusive to Lovable. SoftGen is also doing that, which is, in my opinion, one of the greatest features that a AI coding tool can provide, because at the end of the day, it saves the user from messages being used for solving these errors. Okay, so refactor the. Now we're going to refactor a few files. So we're going to go back. Uh, there's another one that needed to be refactored, the sidebar. This just ensures that these files are kept small enough that it's manageable, and it provides great performance, and it allows people to be able to follow best practices. Let's see, what do we have here? All right, now we're going to refactor the sidebar. Now we're refactoring the sidebar. Again, making it smaller. And then we're going to visit the pipeline screen and see how it's looking like. For those of you connecting now, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you have questions, there is a chat that you can join, and at least if you're watching on YouTube, there is a chat that you can join, and I would love to see you there, hear what you think about this build, what I can be doing better, and hopefully I can implement those recommendations. With that being said, let's see how it's still refactoring. While it's doing that, I will bring this back up. And this is my Notion file where I'm keeping track of everything that I'm building. So, next one, we're going to do an appointment scheduling. I'm building like feature small here and there. I'm not to worry about going really in depth, because I will go back and this Notion file will be full of tasks that will be implemented, and those tasks will make sure that we are creating a feature rich application. All right. So funny producer asks, I think asking me to refactor it should be a yes and no question and cost no credits. What's your opinion? Hey, I completely agree. Refactoring, and here's the thing: refactoring should be treated just like fixing any issues that it comes up with. So refactoring should be free. Hopefully, this is something that they consider in the future. I would actually send an email out to the team and see if they would consider that. All right, so let's see. It looked like it didn't solve the error. Actually, going to go back to the content calendar. So, so I got a blank page. Look at the files and find the error. Think about a problem step by step and fix it. So I'm asking the AI to fix this problem. Hopefully, it can figure out exactly how to do it and get it fixed. So I have had great success with it. So get the right contains the issue appears to be okay. So the issue appears to be in the content calendar view. So I still get a blank page. Fix it. Unless I'm being too impatient, I believe that there is still an issue there, so I'm going to ask to get it fixed. I wish that it didn't create this many pages and there would be screens within. Within the page. Maybe I'm looking at it incorrectly, but that would be nice, I guess. So it's running in the background, it's applying the migration. And now it's making changes to the code. Let's see what it comes up with. While that is doing that, we are going to go to 21st Dev and we're going to start looking at some components for us to add um, to this build. All right, we found an error. All right, so let's see if there's even anything here that we can use. All right, so for the drop downs, we're actually going to use that one. All right. Oh crap. I went too fast to click, try to fix it. messed up. Hopefully we get to a solution soon, because we still got a blank screen. But at the very least, I am not getting charged for those, so ain't to worry about it. All right, so I like those that drop down. Let's take a look at the empty states. Actually, no. Do we have a navigate? Yeah, we got navigation menus. All right. Pricing pages. Now, scroll area. All right, still working. So test video. And if you don't know why I'm watching, why I'm looking at this, I recorded a video on how you can use React components in Lovable to improve your UI. So I would recommend you to go back and watch it. So we're going to refactor, and after we refactor it, we will try to figure out why this thing is not working correctly. Days of the week, huh? Pretty sure there are some really cool UI components out there, but these ones are the free ones, so I take it any day. Why would confetti be here? Whatever. All right, let's go back. So if it's not solved here, we're going to go into the history and revert back to an earlier version. I'm not too worried about it, but so funny producer asks, what does remix do? So remix allows you to clone the project, so you can use it to build on your own account. So the remix button, basically what it does is it allows you to, we're going to go back in the history. Let's see. The remix button allows you to get a blank page. All right, so that was change 32 then. I'm going to go back to change 32. All right, so the remix button allows you to basically clone a project and you can go from there. So it's a way that you can use a project that somebody else started building as a starting point to continue building on top of that, or alternatively, if it's a complete project, you can launch from there. So we're going to ask to refactor the sidebar. Let's see how it goes. And sometimes you run into issues where the AI just cannot figure out what is doing wrong, or why you're getting a blank page, or why you're getting an error. So in those cases, my recommendation is just go ahead and revert to a stable um, version and go back from there, because you're just going to waste time and messages trying to fix an issue that the AI is not getting it. Especially if you're not a developer, just revert back to a stable version, to the last version that was actually working, and that allows you to get everything working. Now the AI King is asking me, what account package do you have with Lovable? Lovable, I have the starter plan. Now I got like 50 free credits for the winter, and they are also doing unlimited free messages for this weekend, because of the issue that they ran into WikiHub. So let me reply back. I got the nice course starter plan. Yeah, yeah, starter plan. Or paid users get messages this weekend because of the issue ran into um, earlier today. Hey, one thing I would say though, if you're thinking about going into a pay plan, come on, let's revert back. All right, there is a problem trying to revert. Trying to refactor that sidebar. So let's look at the pipeline. Um, so to me, so the AI King says, interesting. I seem to go through credits within seconds on most systems. So to me, Repli Agents is the cheapest one, followed by Lovable and Softgen. The most expensive one is Bolt. So to me, I got subscriptions for a whole lot of these AI coding tools. To me, the most expensive is Bolt. Um, I go through credits with them, or tokens as they call it, relatively fast. Um, but after Bolt, I would say Softgen and Lovable, they are manageable, and they are relatively inexpensive. But then after that, to me personally, based on my experience, Repli Agents is the cheapest one of them. And not only because of the price, but also because you also get the database integrated into the system. So you don't have to pay for Firebase or for Supabase. So that's quite nice to be able to do that. Um, the AI King is asking me if I have tried Tempo Labs. Yes, I tried them. Uh, I tried them a week or so ago, and I would say that I had a great experience, but I need to dive in again to make a better assessment. Um, all right, let's jump back in. So the sales pipeline. Ooh, All right, so what I'm going to do is, let's see, let's reload this page. No? Okay. So we're going to use, so for every drop down in this app, I want you to use this React code and design demo.tss. And if you haven't watched um, my video on how to use React components into Lovable, all you do is there is this website that is called 21st Dev. It's 21, so number two, number one, st.dev dev. And basically, you add the title of the file, you copy the code, you paste it into your Lovable editor. The input field, and drop down menu. And then you drop the code. You do it for all the files that are here. And that uses that code into the design for whatever you reference. It's pretty good about it, but I would say that there are some minor cases that you have to make some changes, but it's actually really nice. So the AI King says 10,000% the best I have used, and I have used most. Pipeline route. All right, let's try to fix it. So I have to do a deep dive. Drag and drop functionality. So I heard that they have a drag and drop functionality, and I think that's quite cool, especially for me coming from a background where I used to use Bubble quite often. I definitely want to give it a try and see how well it works. Um, it is just that I tried earlier this week or last week. I don't know, whenever I publish a video. Uh, the design was really nice, and the design for the output, but I couldn't find where the drag and drop functionality was. So, all right, so let's take a look. All right, so we're going to select this. Button to look like the code I added. All right, so the AI King provided some clarification. The drag and drop functionality has not been released yet, and that's why I couldn't find it. I might do a live video using Tempo Labs here, perhaps this weekend. Who knows? Um, but um, so the background color currently white. Change it to the right color. So I might do a live video this weekend, playing around with Tempo Labs. I really like um, the output and the design of what it created. So that's definitely on the cards. I want to do a deep dive on them because I think they have something special going on, and it could be a great opportunity to showcase what they got. All right, so it's a little bit better. It's definitely not the React component that I requested. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to request for it to fix it for me. Oh, too far. All right, let's grab all this code. So the filter, the button drop down should look like this. So let's see if we take it now. All right, so the AI King just mentioned that Tempo Labs have an unlimited package for $350. That's actually really good. Um, never got drag and drop working the way I want. So yeah, that's a really good plan. So let's see, can I reply? No. So the fund producer says, I made a big app in Bubble, but never got the drag and drop working the way I wanted. Tried several plugins, stopped using Bubble when they changed the price plan. Made me realize that they locked you in. So I used to be a big Bubble developer, uh, but I stopped developing Bubble plugins and templates when I realized issues with the platform, pricing, support being a few of them. So I'm actually taking down my plugins in week or two. Actually taking down my Bowl plugins relatively soon because it's just not worth it. All right. So I found an error. I'm going to let it fix it. All right. So let's allow it to finish writing the code before we apply the changes that is um, suggesting. Let's apply these changes. Let it finish loading. Mm. It's updating the code. I would love to know what people think about these AI coding tools, especially when you compare them with tools like Bubble. Um, Unfortunately, as funny producers said, Bubble locks you in with their pricing. And here you have much more flexibility because you can take your code into basically any hosting service provider. So, all right, so no workspace found. So now let's create the login and sign up functionality. Now we can create an account and um, be able to do a little bit more things. Wait, wait. Okay, yeah. Let's apply these changes. And we should be able to get this going. I will take a look at my database. Where are you? Database. So in the database, we got user, notification, workspaces. Okay. Uh, let's see these components. Actually, no. We're just going to wing it. After sign up is the right color. So let's allow the AI to change and make the change that it needs in order to have the right piece of data. And then we can go and sign in and start making the changes. While it's doing that, I want to find. All right, that worked. Oh, come on. I left fine. Fine. Change the button. No, no. All right, we need to find the right. Mm-hmm. I think it was change 32. Okay. All right. Okay. There. All right. We're going to do the database integration for the contacts screen. So this database integration will allow us to get to read and write contacts into that contacts table that I had created before. And after this is done, we're going to do a run through of what we have so far built. So let's see. It's taking a moment to apply that migration, but So now it's going to all right, so now it's supposed to integrate the contact screen with the database. So let's see how it does. All right, it's refactoring the contacts column while adding the database integration, which is good. That's exactly what we need. Let's see, any other chat? No. Okay. All right, while it's doing that, let's see. All right, looks like there's an error, quite a big error. And we're going to let it fix itself. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to go back now to our handy dandy preview. We're going to create an account. We're going to use strong password. Welcome back. So nice toast notification. So Funny Producer asked me, you have the login, but what if you want different companies to use your app? How do you prevent that a user from company A signs up to company B? What I will do personally is I will go back to the sign up flow and I will do one of two things. Number one, um, you will get a special piece of code that you input when you sign up, and that piece of code is only available to those in the company settings area. So that's like the referral code, and that way they can sign up for that specific company. That's a way. Or number two, I will change the sign up flow to ensure that they are requesting access to that company, and then the admin or the manager for that specific company, they're able to what is it called, to accept or deny those that requested access to the company. So that's two ways that I will do it. Also, in terms of security, there is this thing that is called RLS, row level security. And what that does is, if you're familiar with Bubble, that's basically privacy rules. So that ensures that only people that are meant to see the data is able to see the data, because they're authorized to see the data. It's really similar to Bubble's privacy rules. It's just that Unlovable can implement it just by you asking to implement the RLS um, um, setup for the database. So let's answer to Funny Producer for the question. So the answer is quite long. So I just answer it in the video. All right, so going back to this, so we got the dashboard right here. We got the analytics page that I had created. We got the content calendar, and none none of these three are integrated with the database yet. The only ones that are integrated is, excuse me, the content ideas, the pipeline, and the context. So we're going to add a lead. All right, so this is an issue. So I'm going to see if it recognizes it as an error. If not, all right, so that was an error. No big deal, but I would actually want to get the right one. So let's get this off the screen. And let's get the right username password. All right. So username. I like to build modular setups, so I go one by one, making sure that I'm actually building exactly what I need. So on the add new lead pop-up, there are no input fields to add the data visit. So right now what I'm doing is I'm asking the AI to fix this pop-up because I need to be able to add the user data so I can add it. All right. Oh, I forgot to check that. Crap. And I, I will tell you, if you're familiar with Bubble and you play around with Bubble and you build stuff with Bubble, this is 100 times more fun than doing it in Bubble. In my experience, this is one of the best inventions that I could have ever had. Like, this is my favorite toy. So Jesus Vasquez, J Vasquez at hustlinglabs.com, current role, founder, company, Hustling Labs. So phone number blank, um, Killeen, Texas, and USA. All right, let's fix that. There are a few other things that I would like to do. So, like, the country should be a drop down. So we're going to get the fees. So let's list of countries. So doing on my other browser, a list of countries in the world. Or should I ask ChatGPT? Okay, we're going to ask ChatGPT. Give me a list of all the countries in the world. All right, let's try to apply these changes. right. All right, let's try to fix this error. While it's doing that, let's see if anybody has asked. All right, so I don't know if that issue is still. And we might need to revert to a stable version. But we will see. All right, time to move back to unstable version. I believe 52 should be fine. Maybe 51. But we will see. Let's try to fix this error. Let's see what we're doing right now. Okay. So I see what the issue is. All right, so sign up flow. Add a step to create a workspace and make sure that it gets created on the database and add the current user to that workspace. So this should be the issue. And issue solved. As you can see, for some reason, my computer gets quite slow from time to time, so I need to allow it some time to, I guess, decompress. To that workspace. All right, so let's see. Let's see. That happens when you don't read. All right, so we're going to apply this. We would have been on this loop for like forever if I would not have read. I was just approving changes, approving changes, approving changes. But if you don't read, you're just going down a loop because the issue that you're facing is not being solved, and that was the that's what it was doing. So now that issue should get solved, and I should be able to get that um, get that workspace added. And I will see that data to enter the workspace name and type. I There is an error. Let's fix that error. The workspace will be created in the database. The user will be associated with the workspace that will be redirected to the main page. That's exactly what we want. All right, funny producer asked me why make a CRM. It seems like there are thousands of those. What makes mine better? Are you just practicing seeing how crazy complicated your app can get? This is just a demo project. I will actually provide a link to this project for people to remix, meaning that they can clone it into their account. Down in the description below after this video is over. I'm not planning on making a CRM. I would actually use this CRM for myself because as a content creator, I want something that have a way for me to track affiliates, for me to track different type of information that I have. I would not call it. Perhaps I would not call it a CRM. Perhaps it would be a dashboard slash a way for me to manage relationship with affiliates and sponsors, and um, perhaps a way for me to store any leads that I get. So I don't know. I'm only one software. I don't even know how I would call it, but it's not a CRM that I'm trying to sell as a software as a service. I talk about it, but like you mentioned, there are thousands of those out there. There are many struggling. Uh, it's not a business that I want to get in. It's not a fun business. I actually building a video editing software, and I'm planning on using that to replace this script, and it's looking really good. So I might release that as a software as a service during the summer. I don't know yet. At this point, I'm more interested in providing information to people and showing them how to build stuff. I get a lot of joy out of it, out of teaching people. More joy than I think I would get out of building a software as a service and releasing it and dealing with all the headaches that comes with it. Um, I don't know, like it's just me. I don't know, but bottom line, no, I'm not trying to release this as a software as a service. This is more of a demo slash let's build and let's have some fun because it's unlimited credits this weekend, so why not? Um, but yeah, I think I will release this as a template. I will release a free version in the description with whatever I built today, and then you can clone it slash remix it into your account and continue building from there. And I will finish this project and maybe sell as a template. I don't know, 40, $50. I don't know. Um, but let's reply back to funny producer. Um, I, actually, I'm sorry, funny producer. I'm just going to copy and paste my last reply. So just for you to know, there is a chat. I'm answering every single question that I get. Um, I really love teaching people what I'm learning, and I'm not a super expert by any means, but I like teaching whatever I know. It brings me a lot of joy. So I enjoy doing this. All right, so let's take a look. If we go to the context page, it's loading. All right, so let's add a new lead pop-up. Need to have an input field for the following. Let's try a different approach. First name. Oh, forgot to hit shift. One big thing about these AI coding tools, if you want to click enter to start a new line, you need to hit shift and then enter, or shift and return if you're on Mac like me. Because if not, if you don't hit shift, you're just sending the message. All right, so let's start writing. So there should be 3 rows in the add a new lead pop-up. First and last name, email address, country, state, and city, or being drop downs. So here's the list of countries. Let's get a list of countries right now. And copying this from ChatGPT. And paste it in there. The list of states and cities will be according the selected country. All right, let's try to get this going. Let's take a look. I really appreciate each and every one of you that are connected right now to this live. Hey, if you like my content, needless to say, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps me a lot. Hopefully, I can reach more people and spread the good word about these AI coding tools that allow you to build basically anything that you can think of. And if you're enjoying this, perhaps the like button is the best way that you can support me. Subscribing is the end goal, but smashing that like button is completely free, doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps me a lot. I'm trying to reach 4,000 hours of view time so I can start getting paid. So it does really help a lot. But I'm not going to bug you down with that because you didn't came here for me to shame you into doing it. So we're going to refresh this. And we will implement so let's refactor this file. Let's take a look here. And let's see. So I don't see the changes. So I will have to ask the AI to do it again or to take a look at it. So So it created several components. Okay, cool. All right. So take a look at the add a new pop-up. I don't see the fields there. So let's see what it comes up with. It's implementing the code. All right. And at this point, all I need is to be able to create those contacts, which is the most important feature in a CRM. I don't see input fields in the add new pop-up. Visit. Sometimes you have to do it a few times on trying to figure out exactly how to go about it or exactly what you need to write for the AI to get it correctly. It's what it is. It's part of the game. Right now, Lovable is doing free. I say free, completely free messages, so you can develop as much as you want during this weekend. So definitely a great way for you to get started. And if you are planning on getting started, there is my affiliate link down in the description below. Feel free to use it. Doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me pay for this channel and for all the content that I write and for the subscription that I'm getting. So there is also a chat down to the side. So if you have questions, please let me know down in the chat. I'm answering every single question that I'm getting. I'm trying to provide as much value as possible. So if you have questions, let me know. I will do my best to answer them. So it didn't face the issue. So refactor the file. Let's take a look at this. I don't like that. So we're going to make some changes to the import. I don't see any input fields on the new lead pop-up. Make sure I can add the first and last name as well as the email address. So let's see if that does a little bit better, if we got better luck with that. All right, so let's see. We're actually going to refresh the whole thing. Hard refresh. Never done anything bad to anybody. And this will allow us to get a much better look into what's going on. The editor is loading. All right, let's go to the context table. All right, so it's there. It needed a refresh. Look at that. So Jesus Vasquez. All right, so what happened? So when I click the add lead button on the pop-up, it needs to add the lead to the database. All right, yeah. Handling automatic lights refresh. Actually, on the settings icon in the navbar. So we need to be able to log out because I need to log out to create a brand new account. And I've been doing this since 1:38 p.m. Central Standard Time. Right now it's 3:22, so about 2 hours. Could have been faster. Could have done things a little bit much better, but so let's try this. So J Vasquez +1. Hustling Labs, video production. Let's create this workspace. Let's fix that error. So let's apply these changes. And let's create this account. Vasquez +2. All right. It looks like it's not done yet, so. All right, now it's done. Let's add a brand new password. Video production. Let's create a workspace. There's an error. Let's fix that error. And it's a good thing that we are finding these bugs now and not the user later on into the future. So happen in the correct order. We should create the workspace first and immediately create the workspace user association. We need to handle the transaction properly to avoid orphan record. All right, so it's making the right changes. Um, we're going to refactor this file. So let's allow it some time to go through the process. And for all of you watching, I really appreciate you taking your time and watching this video. It, it's an inspiration. I enjoy doing this, but I have a thick accent. I'm from Puerto Rico, so at some point, I wasn't sure if I would be if people would be following me, and I'm just being vulnerable right now. If people would be following me, because I figured that they probably wouldn't understand what I'm saying because of my thick accent. So I really appreciate you guys watching and sticking with me. Um, it's been a wild journey in the last couple of um, weeks. The growth that this channel has experienced since I started working on it more often. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Let's see. So, Hobson Labs 3, video production. Let's create this workspace. Ooh, another error. What is it now? Again, I'm grateful that they don't charge for these errors because oof, it would have eaten through my. What was the error? The analyst that we have. Okay, might not be properly configured. So the row level security is not properly configured. 20 minutos más. 10. Ok, pues voy a buscar un vecino. Ok. ¿Te vas? Busca a Emily. I need 1 second. So let's make sure. Yep, good to go. All right, so hopefully we can apply the changes this time. We're going to see apply those changes, push it through. All right, so funny producer said the accent is no problem, way better than all those videos with the same 5 AI voices all the time. And I know the struggle every time I see one of those, I just skip automatically. Um, all right, let's see if we had solved the issue now. hustling, video production. All right, what's the error now? And it happens sometimes. That's what it is. Hopefully we can get this. The only error indicates a row level security policy violation when trying to insert into the workspace table. Looking at the code, so we are not properly handling the workspace creation flow. The issue we need to is first create the workspace, which I thought that's what we were doing, then immediately create the workspace user relationship. If both operation are atomic, either both succeed or both fail. I mean, I thought that was what we did. Well, let's see how it goes about it. It's definitely interesting to see some of the errors that runs into. Mm. So it's updating. So let's give it a moment. It's reloading. It's reloading again. I'll reload it and another error. All right, so this time this is more recognizable error that I know is typically the last one based on what I have seen for the last hour or so that will run into other issues. All right, it's refactoring. Let's see how it does. There's another error. Trying to fix all of them as we go through, rather now than later. I've mentioned this quite a few times during this live video, but if you have questions, let me know. There is a chat to the side, and I will be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. The parameter of type never. I don't know why it's saying that, but at least it's not the same errors. We're going through different errors. So that tells me that it's pushing forward. It's just a little bit slower than usual. Oh. is definitely making progress, just not as fast as I was expecting it to be. It's solving one small issue at a time, and while that's good, it's still an issue that we need to deal with. And another error. That's quite annoying and disappointing. Now, it's not like I can, I would probably go back to, well, here's the thing. I need to fix the issue with the workspace, right? Because if I don't solve the issue with the workspace, I won't be able to move forward and create contacts and stuff. So I would just let it run its course. All right, so this is an error that we had seen before. It looks like it's going on a loop. I might delete the whole sign up process and just provide better instructions and rebuild it from scratch. I might do that at a later time though. Mm, all right, this is the last iteration that I do. Let's see how it goes. All right, so what I'm going to do is at a later time, I'm going to sit down and actually go through and delete this whole sign up login process and make it back from scratch. So to solve the issue. With that being said, we have reached the end of this video. I really hope that you learned something. Hopefully, more than that, there are some issues that might arise, but this has been a great opportunity for me to show you how Lovable works and for me to have some fun and build. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And like I said, if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing and liking this video. I would really appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one.